what is happening here is like nothing one could even imagine. I think what's important to understand is it's a whole picture. So the way I understand the environment here is that children are subjected to a lack of food, so they're undernourished, but also to a very crowded condition, poor water sources, lack of medication, and some children, what causes them is, like, for example, if they get a severe gastroenteritis, they cannot get out of that situation because it's harder for them to heal, and they spiral down into being severely malnourished children, like you see on the pictures. So it's a combined situation where the entire population is undernourished, and then vulnerable children spiral down into situations of severe malnutrition, which are life-threatening, and it's very heartbreaking. I think in general people are hungry here. I mean, just talking to the nurses, to the doctors, everybody's hungry here, and there's just a lack of nutrition. So yes, you can see it on people's faces. You just need to walk around. It's very hard on the fathers and the mothers. I mean, I've been talking to fathers and mothers, and it's very, very hard for them because they want the best, like any parent. They want the best for their children, and they can't offer that, and it's very, very frustrating. Everybody's hungry here. There's not enough food, and there are children like on that pictures here. I mean, I've seen them today. I mean, there are children like that. I think what really upsets me is that there are people from the press and politicians that are saying, oh, it has to look like when people went into a concentration camp when everybody's a skeleton. Yes, there will be everybody a skeleton if this continues, okay? But do you want to reach that point? So there are skeletons, there are skeletal children right now in this, right down over there in that building. Yes, they're there. And there's going to be more of them if the food shortage is not fixed. And so, I was asked recently whether the food situation is fixed. I'm not seeing it, but I'm not an expert in that area. But I know people are hungry still. So that is unacceptable, but it's also unacceptable that it's so hard to get the food. Being a child and going to get a bag of flour and being shot at, and so you can feed your younger sibling. That is crazy. They're right there behind that wall. There are people that have bullet wounds, serious bullet wounds, that are going to basically incapacitate them for life, for looking for food to help so their siblings don't become those skeletons. I mean, what kind of a world do we live in? I mean, what kind of a world do we live in? But, I would say something, okay, also. There needs to be peace. This needs to be over, this war, okay? But also I would strongly encourage, especially neighbors in this area, to really, there are a lot of kids that need to, get temporarily go out of the country to have a heart condition fixed, because that heart condition makes the nutritional situation worse, and they become those skeleton children and are at risk of dying. Those are easy to correct. There are hundreds of children like that here right now. There's just a few hundred miles from here, there are excellent hospitals. Why they're going there? It's incredible. After a year and a half, oh, it's difficult, this party's not, and this party's not allowing. Diplomatically, that needs to be fixed, like now. And so I would urge, the Gulf states to fix this, like now. A certain percentage, 0.8 to 1% of children will have, for example, heart defects. Some require minor surgery, some of them require bigger surgery. Even the minor surgery, children are waiting 6 months to longer to have this fixed. Why? Why? Okay? And there are other conditions. Why? And I understand, then people should be able to return to Gaza, right? Get it fixed and return to Gaza. That's really important too, okay? It's up to the people to decide. And, but I think this is not a complicated problem to make sure that these things are done, but it's not being done. It's I don't understand. I'm just speaking to nurses yesterday. They want this war to end. They want peace. They want peace, and I just want to, because from a medical point of view, that's what's going to help everything. And so I would urge really for this to end. Thank you.